What's up, everybody? My name is Parasite. Welcome back to the Jose Mourinho Challenge with Barcelona. They will be taking on Lazio in the first match of the Champions League group stage and Atletico Madrid in the Liga. Last episode, we lost our first competitive match as Barcelona manager to Chelsea. Then we did win the first La Liga game of the season, but our only goals were an own goal and a penalty. So I was really worried about our goal scoring. Well, since then, we played 3 games in La Liga. We have scored 12 goals and conceded 0. So I think we're good now. Some of it is due to a change in tactic, and a lot of it's due to some signings I've made. The transfer window has been closed, and we've done some business. Last episode, it was really up in the air. Were we going to get Luca Carna? He was the guy I really wanted. We needed an elite striker, and he is for sure an elite striker. I was targeting him. I really wanted him, but there was some interest in Juventus. We had to up our bid. Did we get him? Yes, we did. Luca Carna is a Barcelona player, and it was a huge get for us. Luca Carna is an absolute superstar at 25 years old. He's been in the league before. He knows the language. He should adapt pretty quickly, and so far he has. He's only played 1 match, but in that 1 match, he got a hat trick and an assist and a 10 rating. Good start. We paid some pretty big money for him, 102 million, which is actually less than what we paid for him at Sporting, but I mean, it's well worth it. For the kind of player he is at his age, 100 million is almost a bargain. We did make 2 further signings. One of them not super flashy, and that is David Raya on loan from FC Porto. He's Portuguese, but he also has Spanish nationality, speaks the language, so he should have no problem settling into the squad. We didn't pay much for him, only 23.5k on his wages. We do have a buy option of 95k, but he's just there mostly for competition. The guy I wanted, Alejandro Jose Sanchez, which is a goalkeeper for Sporting, Spanish international, extremely good. We did get to a point where he would negotiate with us in terms of a contract, or at least I thought we would, but we couldn't get to that point because Sporting were unwilling to sell. I put in bids and they just flat out rejected it. They weren't even negotiating. So unfortunately, we couldn't get Sanchez, and he was really the only guy that I thought moved the marker enough to be worth the outlay. We had a couple other guys we liked their attributes, but it wasn't significant enough in my eyes to justify paying the transfer fee and the wage for him. When we've got some people here that can do a job, Raya comes in to be better backup, and if Diego Kiai isn't playing well, I do think David Raya can come in and do a decent job with his shot-stopping ability. So he's in here for some competition and to provide a little bit better depth. The final signing is another striker. William Gabels, 31-year-old French international, has joined us from Bayern Munich to be a striker. He can also play on the left wing and the right wing, but with the current tactic, we're not using attacking left or right wingers, so he's a backup striker for us. We really only had 2 guys that could actually finish, that could play striker, so we needed a third option that could do both of the roles we're using, and William Gabels does exactly that. It was not a crazy expensive deal, 32 million. He is 31, but he's got decent natural fitness at 15. His physicals are still pretty good. So I think it's an okay outlay for him. So far, he's also played 1 game like Luca Carna, and he also got a hat trick in his debut. 8.9 rating, so pretty good start. And one of the reasons we did sign him is his last season with Bayern was the best season of his career. He played a 7.57, 9 goals, 6 assists, only with 13 starts and 5 sub appearances. He's never really been the man for Bayern, but he's always been good. So I think if he's given a role here, I expect him to flourish. And that is all of our transfer business. No one else really left other than a loan for Jesus Garcia, who is a guy that could play on the wings, could kind of play up top, but again, he can't really finish. Really good dribbler, but if I wanted to give him some first team experience, we couldn't really do that. And we couldn't register him. So he had to go out on loan. He's gone out to Angers. Tapsoba obviously also left. He left in the middle of last episode. And you might notice we didn't replace him. You know, our thought process last episode was we'd have to replace Tapsoba with a center back or a left winger. Well, that's not been the case because we've changed up our tactic. This is what we're going to be going with this season. Nico Williams is not a striker. I think we saw all we needed to see. We brought in better players that can play actually as a striker. So he wasn't going to play that role. He played a little bit on the right wing. I think he's fine there, but as just an out-and-out winger, I think that's probably where you get the best out of him. And I don't love wingers with overlapping or attacking fullbacks as well. I just feels kind of like a waste to me. So as a left midfielder in a back 3, he can get all the time down the wing, be the width for the team, use his 15 crossing, 16 dribbling, 16 pace. And I think this gets the best use out of Nico, and he gets the best out of all of our players as well. We get to keep Larinaga in the squad. We've got Gabels who can rotate in there as well as the complete forward. Luca Carna gets a strike partner. And then in the midfield, Oscar, but that's usually going to be Zaniolo, who's played pretty well. Adley, Nico playing a deeper role. Alexander-Arnold also never been the most defensive player, so giving him plenty of freedom, especially at his advanced age, down this right wing, just as a wide midfielder, so he don't put a lot on him. Doesn't have the most crazy physicals or dribbling anymore, so I am telling him to cross more and take more risks, to use his crossing and his passing. But, just a versatile option that can cut inside when he needs to. He can still shoot the ball. He can be ineffective in build-up and all of that. So I think it gives Alexander-Arnold plenty of freedom. In the back three, we didn't bring in a center back, but Ponzi is going to be a center back for us. He played for us a little bit left back to start the season, and he was awful in every single game he played. So we thought, let's try him out as center back. He can play there. He's not big. He's only 5'8", a jumping reach. But in a back three with two other players who are good in the air, I think he'll be okay. And at center back, he's able to get forward as that wide center back on attack and use his dribbling, use his passing, use his crossing to be effective in the attack as well as in the defense. And so far, it's been a pretty good start. We look at his form in the 2 games since he played center back. The 2 games before that were 6.2s as a left back or a left wing back. Since then, a 7.6 and a 7, playing as that wide center back. So again, pretty good start from him in defense as well. So now getting to the results. The first match after the Almeria victory, we played Valencia away from home, and we got a good 3-0 victory. Tengai Nianzu, Camara, and Zaniolo getting the goals. No striker goals, but this is actually before we changed our system. Luca Carna hadn't come in yet, and so we were still playing the 4-3-3 for this match. We saw progress, we were better, but then I made the change. I thought with the squad, with the players at my disposal, it made more sense to do that. And then we beat Deportivo 5-0. Adley getting a goal, Luca Carna with his hat trick, Boothby with a penalty. Pretty good start to it. Then Celta Vigo away from home, who are not a bad team, and 4-0. William Gabel starting this one and getting his hat trick with a 91st minute penalty. And then Larinaga also getting a goal. If we look at the match stats for those last 2 games, starting with the Deportivo match, I mean, it's pretty one-sided. They had 1 shot the entire game. Surprisingly, they didn't go in. But we had 13 shots, 17 on target, nearly 4 XG, 6 half chances, 1 clear-cut chance. Almost everyone played well. Zaniolo also had to play striker for this one. And Nico Williams even played well on that left wing. Then if we go to the Celta Vigo match, it's pretty much more of the same. Not as dominant because they're a better team and it was away from home, but still a fully deserved victory. Very high XG, 4 half chances, 2 clear-cut chances. Williams also playing well. Literally almost everyone above a 7. But it is still early. We've only played 2 matches with it, so we can't jump to too many conclusions. But it is a pretty promising start. This match against Lazio, we are at home and we are going with this tactic. I don't expect to make too many changes to the shape or the instructions, at least until I know what to expect. If we struggle against better teams, especially away from home, I might make a few changes. Maybe bringing Alexander-Arnold back to a wingback, which he can do. Nico Williams can't play deeper, so I'd probably keep him there, but I could change Ponzi's role to maybe a more supportive one. But I'm going to give this plenty of chances to show it can succeed against different types of opposition and in different competitions, like the Champions League. So the squad for this one, Carna's going to partner Larinaga up top, Nico Williams on the left wing, Trent on the right wing, Adley, Oscar comes in that midfield role. Zaniolo's just a little bit tired, but he has been exceptional in that role so far to start this season. Nico in the holding role, Ponzi at left back, along with Araujo and Nianzu. And then Kiai's going to get first shot at goalkeeping this season. On the bench, that leaves Leon to be a backup center back, Poro and Cucurella, who can both play on the wings, Camara, Boothby, and Zaniolo for the midfield. Zaniolo can also play striker, which gives him a little bit extra value. And then we got Gabels to be a backup striker. He could eventually start over Larinaga if Larinaga doesn't start off well. But if Larinaga's playing well, then that means Gabels is just a very, very good third option, which is extremely valuable. So let's do this. Our first competitive Champions League match with Barcelona and the second debut for Luca Carna. We're favorites for a reason. Go out there and make sure they're in no doubt as to why. We've had a pretty good start to the season, but the Champions League is a different beast altogether. So we're going to have to go out there and be focused today. Even though we've started well, we're still in a learning period. So we need to go out there and continue to learn and continue to get better because we can still get a lot better. So I want you to go out there and show me hard work, dedication, and attention to detail. If we can do all that, we can get the win today. We can keep this form going. Looks like we're going to start off this match with a kickoff highlight. It's Lazio who are starting with the ball, and they have a familiar face up front in Daryl Dike. We sold him from Sporting to Lazio, and he's been an important player for him ever since. Good to see him still having success. But I don't want him to score. We get to the interception on him. Ponzi is able to step up and pick it off. Now, can we create an attack? Araujo is going to go out to Ponzi. Going to go out wide to Nico Williams. Back to Ponzi. Nico, not the best passer, but obviously really fast, really athletic, really good dribbler. So I still think he can bring a lot down this left wing when all we really need for him is to provide width. Luca Carna played through a ball over the top. He usually finishes those. This time it's a good save from the goalkeeper. He put it on target, which is really the bare minimum, but still think he could be doing a little bit better there. 8.5 minutes in, Lazio have a throw-in down this left-hand side. Kali is on the ball now. They're going to look to attack down our left-hand flank, but Nianzou is there to intercept. He's going to fall to Adley. He's looking for a direct ball over the top to Karna. He is through. Past his man, but it's a good save from the goalkeeper. Probably could have done better there. There's plenty of goal to aim for, and he hit it kind of right at the goalkeeper. We are still going to see this corner. We've got some decent players aerially, and one of them is Araujo, who gets his head on it, but he can't put it on target. 12 minutes in now, another throw-in down this left-hand side for Lazio, but recently they've been giving the ball away. We haven't seen them really do much so far. Do they even have a shot? They have two, but none on target. Ramos now on the ball. It's going to go inside to Mendez. A lot of pressing from our front two. They're going to look for a long ball over the top. We should deal with this, and it is Ponzi. He might not be great aerially, but he does his job defensively. He's got great mentals, and he can make a tackle. But we are going to lose it, looking for a long ball up to one of our strikers, and so they're going to get it back and look to build out from the back. Oh, Cole is going to go inside to Xavier, looking for a ball over the top, and he's not going to get there. I don't even know if he was even onside. Yeah, he's going to pick it up. He's going to go out to Ponzi. Williams into Oscar. Up top to Luca Karna. Holding it up, going to find Williams. Looks for a direct ball over the top to Adley, who's made a run, and he is through on goal, and he shows the finishing touch. A very good finish from Adley, making that run from the midfield. We get plenty of that with our two midfielders. Since they have a defensive midfielder and three center backs behind him, they can be pretty aggressive going forward and moving into these channels, and we just saw it there. A run from deep, and Nico Williams, not the best passer, but a very good ball to find him, and then a striker's finish. 28 minutes in, we have been all over Lazio so far. So far today, it's been all Barcelona. We've had plenty of shots on target. 8 shots on target, only 1 goal is a little disappointing, but there's still plenty of time. We're only 28 minutes in. And this is the first we've ever seen from Lazio so far today. They have a ball, and it is on target. Kiai makes a save. They are going to see this corner. Hopefully we can get this away. They haven't really shown that they deserve a goal right now. Mali's going to put the ball near post, and Araujo is there to clear it. And that's probably how the highlight's going to end. Or are they going to get another chance? Or are we going to get another chance? Kali's going to drift inside. It's going to go back to Ramos. Outside our call, and that's why the highlight ends. Dangerous throw-in now. 33 minutes in. We're going to put a ball into the back post, and Nianzou shows off his aerial ability. We've got short throws. We don't really have a long throw taker, but I like our short throw routine. We get our center backs and our taller strikers in the box, and we try to get balls into them. It's pretty much a corner, but just from a throw-in. Nico Williams, I believe that's his second assist. Once again, he puts in a cross. This time he finds the head of Nianzou, and we take a 2-0 lead. Looks like we're going to go into halftime up 2-0, and it's fully deserved. Lazio, do they even have a shot on target yet? They do. 2 shots on target, but pretty low XG. No clear-cut chances, no half chances. It's a pretty dominant first half for Barcelona. And to start the second half, we get another immediate injury. Last episode, Trent got injured almost immediately against Chelsea. Well, he is back, but now Larinaga, just coming back from injury, is going to be injured once again. So we're going to be without Larinaga, who's not had the best game so far, one of the lower ratings, but still probably an important player. He's a really good passer, can be the hold-up guy as well. He's got some size, got some strength, and good passing ability to find guys like Luca Karna, who we know can finish, and these runners from the midfield. But Gabels, who got a hat trick on his debut, I think he was playing the advanced forward role, but still, I think we can trust him to do well, even without Larinaga there. Now we've got a highlight. 52 minutes in, and it's going to be a long ball from the Lazio goalkeeper, and we should intercept this. Kiai actually is going to take it upon himself. I could have left that to the center backs, but we're fine. We've played it off from the back, and now we're going to find Gabels, who finds a through ball. Another good run for the midfield. This time it's Oscar, and he shows the same clinical finishing touch as Adley to get another goal. It is 3-0. This looks like a pretty big golfing competition, and we haven't really seen Luca Karna do much so far. It's been our midfielders making great runs, and it's been our wide players finding good passes to eventually play him through on goal, and it is 3-0. This has been a one-sided beatdown, but things have cooled off a little bit. Looks like we've kind of taken our foot off the gas, but it's a demolition job. It ends only 3-0, but it probably could have been way, way worse for Lazio. We had 33 shots, 13 on target, 7 half chances, 1 clear-cut chance. Maybe we could have scored 1 or 2 more goals, and I would have preferred that, obviously, but still, a pretty dominant showing. Last episode started pretty poorly. We lost to Chelsea, Trent Alexander-Arnold got injured, and then once we got back to our inbox, everyone was unhappy. Fortunately, this one started a little bit better. We do have an injury. Larinaga is going to be out for a month, but fortunately, it's on the back of a 3-0 win. Next match is away from home against Villarreal, but we're going to play that one off camera. Then we're going to come back for Atletico Madrid at home. They won La Liga last year. This is going to be our first real test to see just how legit this team is. Well, we were able to keep our winning streak and our clean sheets going with a 1-0 win away from home against Villarreal. Oscar with a great curling effort in the second half to get us the win. We were the much better team, especially defensively. They had 1 shot on target the entire game. Probably should have done better in front of goal, but Still, away from home against Villarreal, I'll take it. Now we face a real test. So we take on Atletico Madrid. Fortunately, we are at home, but it's still not going to be easy. They won the Liga last year. And we have had another injury. In training right before the match, Tanguy Nianzou picked up a little bit of a knock, a damaged foot. So he's going to be out 1 to 2 weeks. So we're going to be without him and Larinaga. But we've brought in Leon to be the replacement center back. Raujo's going to move over to the white center back role. He's just a lot better going forward than Leon is. Leon has 6 passing. He's a good defender. He just has 6 passing. He's good aerially, so I think he'd be okay in this role. As just a normal central defender and being told to pass it shorter. Up top, Goebbels partners with Karna, and the rest of it is almost to be expected. Williams on the left wing, Alexander-Arnold on the right. He was rested in the last match. In the midfield, Adley, and Oscar's going to come in one more time. Zaniolo played last match, and he picked up a little bit of a knock, so he's not fully fit. I'm going to go with Oscar, who's actually played pretty well the last couple of games, just got the winner. Nico's going to play the deep lying playmaker role, and then Ponzi and Araujo are going to join Leon with Kai, who's had a pretty good start to the season. Still hasn't conceded a goal in anything but the Super Cup. In net. On the bench, it's the same as last game with Stanislas and David Pierce coming in to replace the injured players. So, Atletico Madrid, they won the league last year by, I think, 11 points. So, they had a really good season. They started this one off pretty well as well. They're in second place, only behind us. Can we keep our run going? Can we keep the clean sheets going? It's not going to be easy. 11 minutes in, we've got our first highlight, and unless something's changed, neither team has a shot so far. A very, very slow start for both sides. But Atletico Madrid are going to be the first team we've seen on the ball. They're going to play it out to this left wing. They've got Conrado. It's definitely an area of concern for us down the wings with only wide midfielders there. Can we do well in those areas? So far, we have, but still a lot of season to go. And I think that's even Malo Gusto, who's actually, I think, playing in the midfield form, which is obviously not where we played him, but he can play there. Another former player of ours. They're going to play it out to this their right-hand side, but Ponzi's going to do well to intercept. Again, he's not there for his aerial presence. He doesn't have that. But to be able to intercept passes like those, and to be able to get forward and help the team into attack, he is very good at both of those things. Adley goes down from Malo Gusto, but we're still going to hold on to possession. Now, Oscar, with the long shot, he scored that curler from a very similar range in the last game. He nearly does it again. 17 minutes in now, Atletico Madrid once again starting with the ball. Malo Gusto is going to play it to this left-hand side, but we are going to intercept. Ponzi, once again, there to pick it up. He's going to look to push forward as that attacking wide center back, but he goes for a long ball, and we're not going to get there. But Karna's going to chase him down. It's going to force him to go back to the goalkeeper, but they're still going to try to build out from the back. Jalo's going to play it into Hartel, out to Singo, into Bellew. That even might be Alexandre Bellew, which is another former player of ours at Sporting. He was a midfielder. That'd be interesting if he's also in their team. Gusto's going to play it back to the back line, into Hartel. Looking for a long ball out to Velasquez. He wins it, as does Bellew, but it goes right back to a Barcelona player. And now can we build something? Ponzi driving forward. He's going to find Nico Williams, looking for a long ball to Oscar, who is through on goal, and is another good finish. Our midfielders are showing off a great finishing touch so far in these last 2 games. Last 3, really. Oscar scored the goal last game, and he scores another one. It is awarded. It is a goal, and it is a very, very good goal. Nico Williams, I knew he could cross the ball, but is that still counted as a cross or a pass? Because that's a really deep ball, but is a tremendous pass as well to Oscar. He should have some great vision. But we're going to see a kickoff highlight, and I don't know if that's good or bad, because it's going to be Atletico Madrid starting with the ball. But we haven't really seen them create much so far. Singo, but it's a great interception from Luca Carna, showing off his work rate. Ponzi's not going to look for a ball. Once again, it is Oscar, who is absolutely dominant so far. Looks for a ball across, but fortunately no one's there, but we are going to win this from the goal kick. Ponzi, once again, is going to find Luca Carna. Looks to turn and dribble down this left-hand side. Going to put a ball left-footed into William Goebbels, who's decent in the air. This one goes right to the goalkeeper, though. And is the highlight going to continue? Another goal kick, but he might just play it out to a center back. Probably this one. Yep. Now we do a lot of pressing from the front. Does it force another incompletion? Not so far. They've got it up to Conrado, who's going to pull it back to the left back into Gusto. And they're going to see if they can still build something here. Looking for a ball out to this left-hand flank. Velasquez is going to run at his man. That is Nico Williams. Not the best defender, but just get in a good position, which he does. But the back line should not have let that ball come all the way through. Either them or the goalkeeper had to do something about that, and nobody did. I think they all expected the other to do it, and so ultimately it goes right through everybody and is a tap-in at the back post. So the first time we've seen Atletico Madrid do anything, they score a goal. And, I mean, both center backs just turn their back on it. Leon and Araujo, that is awful. And, of course, it is still 40 minutes in, their only shot of the entire game. Fortunately, Adrian Leon makes it up for it a little bit, scoring the header from the set piece, and we take the lead right back. He definitely was one of the ones at fault for that last goal. Him and Araujo, I mean, they just didn't show any effort. If you don't get there, that's one thing. But if you don't even try, that's another. Fortunately, we get the goal. So we're going to go to halftime with that lead, but it is only 2-1, even though we've absolutely dominated the match. Only one shot for Atletico Madrid, but it's a 0.78 XG shot because it was a tap-in. But still, they've done nothing, and it's just a mistake from our defense, which keeps this tight. Start off the second half, we've got a pretty immediate corner to the back post. Leon with the brace. Okay, Adrian. He's got an aerial presence. He's not an elite guy, but he showed off some pretty good ability there. And Oscar is a very good set-piece guy as well. From the free kicks and, as we just saw, from the corners. Towards the back post, Leon outjumps everybody, and he gives us a 2-goal advantage now. Now we've got our second highlight of the half, 60 minutes in. We've still not seen Atletico Madrid do anything. They still only have the one shot in the entire match. And we've just intercepted to see if we can create another chance ourselves. Cabells is going to go back to Araujo. We have just shown tremendous pressure in this game, letting them not have any time on the ball, and it has generated a lot of chances for us. Now Pons is going to look to dribble forward. He's going to find Luca Carnes. Got to hold it up. He's going to find Nico Williams. He loves these long balls into the box for the midfielders, but this time he's going to run at the byline. He's also very good at, he finds Luca Carna, but he can't quite put it on target. Now we've got to throw in on his left-hand side. Cucurella, who's come on for Nico Williams, is going to throw this ball in. He's going to pick it back up. I thought, we got a 2-goal lead. Nico Williams is pretty tired. He's played a lot of football the last couple of matches, so I thought I'd give him a little bit of rest, bring in Cucurella, who can also strengthen us defensively. We scored with the first highlight of the second half, and looks like things are just going to peter out from there. Looks like we're going to finish this match with a 3-1 victory, and they still only had one shot in the entire game. Okay, apparently they had a shot, like, literally in the dying seconds. That was ultimately meaningless, but an absolutely dominant defensive performance. Don't forget, Atletico Madrid won the Liga last year, and we just absolutely annihilated them. Unfortunately, we did concede our first goal since the Super Cup, but this team, and most specifically this defense, looks absolutely dominant, especially at home. I think we might run into some issues away from home using this tactic, but at home, I mean, since we changed it after this Almeria match, Deportivo being the first game, we won 5-0 at home, 3-0 at home, and then 3-1 at home against last year's winners. We looked very good. I don't want to get ahead of myself here, but we might be one and done here at Barcelona, but in a good way. We might just go out and win the league and the cup in our first season here. And after we do that, well, we've won everything we need to, and then potentially we could move on after one season. But like I said, still can't get ahead of ourselves. We're only a few games into the season, even though we have won all of them since that Super Cup win. Next episode, we're going to play Lille away from home in the Champions League group stage, the third game of the group. Them and Galatasaray are our other two opponents in the group stage. Not an easy draw, but definitely could have been worse. And then the second game is probably going to be Real Madrid, the first El Clasico of the series. So the question is, can we keep this winning streak going into next episode? It's not going to be easy. Up next, we've got Sevilla away from home, then Galatasaray away from home, and then Osasuna away from home, before we take on Real Sociedad, finally back at home for this Lille match. So I definitely think we can win all these matches, but like I said, it's not going to be easy. I'll be okay with it if we just stay unbeaten. If you made it this far, why don't you like the video, subscribe, and click the bell? The links to all my socials and my Twitch are in the description. I really appreciate all your support. Thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time.